In recent months, tech circles have increasingly been buzzing with talk that Apple is preparing for one of the most unexpected and risky moves in the entire history of the iPhone, a partial opening of its ecosystem and the allowance of limited integration with the Android world. According to multiple industry insiders and analysts close to supply chains and internal company discussions, Apple is seriously considering a scenario in which future iPhone models will be able to interact far more deeply with devices and services from the Android ecosystem than ever before. This is not about switching operating systems or abandoning iOS. On the contrary, sources emphasize that Apple intends to retain full control over its platform while removing key barriers that for years have discouraged Android users from switching to iPhone. Analysts note that the smartphone market has reached a saturation point. Sales growth is slowing, users are upgrading devices less frequently, and the fight for new customers is becoming far more important than retaining existing ones. In this context, the idea of partial integration with Android starts to look not like a betrayal of Apple's philosophy, but like a cold and calculated strategic move. According to insiders, the company is considering expanded compatibility between iPhone and Android devices, from simplified file and media sharing to deeper interaction with accessories, cloud services, and smart devices from other brands. Sources claim Apple sees this as a way to remove the main psychological barrier for millions of users who for years have avoided switching to iPhone out of fear of losing their familiar ecosystem and compatibility with their gadgets. Inside the company, analysts say, the idea is increasingly voiced that the closed nature which once served as Apple's key advantage is starting to work against it in the era of AI and cross-platform services. That is why the next iPhone, if leaks are to be believed, could become a device that for the first time offers users choice and flexibility without a complete break from their familiar digital world. Experts suggest this could involve support for universal data exchange standards, expanded compatibility with messengers, smartwatches, headphones, and even smart home elements, including those from companies such as Samsung, while maintaining priority for Apple's own services. Such a move would allow the company to sharply expand the potential iPhone audience, especially in Asia, Europe, and developing markets where Android dominance remains overwhelming. Analysts stress that in the age of artificial intelligence, the operating system itself is gradually moving into the background, while the AI layer and services running on top of it become the key factor. In this sense, Apple can afford to open part of its borders without losing control over what matters most: data, security, and user experience. Sources claim that internally, the future iPhone is increasingly described as a bridge between ecosystems, rather than a closed fortress, and this may become its main revolution. If this scenario is realized, Apple could attract millions of new customers who previously never considered an iPhone as an option, and the smartphone market itself could receive a truly unexpected impulse for the first time in many years. And although there are still no official statements, more and more signs suggest that the next iPhone may indeed change the rules of the game, turning partial integration with Android from an unthinkable idea into a new industry standard. Moving on to other news, InMotion has unveiled the InMotion P6, one of the most powerful and technologically advanced electric unicycles in the world, designed for experienced riders and fans of extreme speed. The model is built on a high-voltage 235-volt platform and delivers peak power of up to 20,000 watts, allowing it to accelerate to nearly 150 kilometers per hour, a figure unattainable for most personal transport vehicles. Range is handled by a battery with a capacity of around 4,200 watt-hours using Samsung cells, providing up to 150 kilometers of range, while fast charging support allows most of the energy to be replenished in just 1 hour. For comfort and stability, the P6 features a hydraulic suspension with about 90 millimeters of travel, effectively smoothing out bumps even at high speed. The device weighs over 50 kilograms, emphasizing its focus on professional use. Meanwhile, Chinese developers have released a video showcasing one of the most advanced humanoid robot manufacturing factories, demonstrating what the real heart of the robotics industry looks like today. The footage shows automated assembly lines, precision tuning zones, testing rigs, and quality control systems where each robot undergoes multi-stage inspection before entering mass production. This center was created not just for assembly, but for a full development cycle. Prototypes are refined, designs optimized, software tested, and mass production processes perfected. Special attention is given to joint precision, movement balance, and electronics reliability, the very elements that make humanoids suitable for real-world work. All of this shows that China is moving from experimentation to industrial scale in robotics and is steadily approaching the mass deployment of humanoid machines in the real economy. Meet a new humanoid robot from the Italian company Generative Bionics called Gene 01, first shown to the general public at CES 2026 in Las Vegas. This is not just another experimental robot, but an entirely new platform that defines the DNA of future generations of autonomous humanoids, with a focus on tactile perception and physical artificial intelligence. The key feature of Gene 01 is an integrated full-body tactile skin made up of a distributed network of touch and force sensors that allows the robot not only to see and hear, but also to feel touch, pressure, and micro-interactions across its entire body. This data is used not only for safety, but as a full-fledged perception channel, making interaction with people and objects far more natural and safe. A next-generation home cleaning robot was presented by Roborock engineers, the Soros Rover model, which radically changes the idea of what household vacuum robots can do. Unlike classic round robots, Soros Rover features a unique design with two movable wheeled legs that can independently raise, lower, and change their angle. In demonstrations, the device showed how it can autonomously climb and descend stairs, overcome high thresholds, uneven surfaces, and complex height differences while continuing to clean at the same time. The robot literally steps over stairs, cleaning each step, and then smoothly transitions to the next area. Soros Rover analyzes its surroundings in real time, maintains balance on inclined surfaces, avoids obstacles, and can perform small lifts to overcome difficult sections. While the exact release date and price have not yet been announced, the concept already demonstrates the future of robotic cleaning. Write in the comments what you liked the most after watching this video. Subscribe to the Keros Show channel so you don't miss the next episodes. Bye for now.